up, motherfucker?
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me,
They're
I thought he was a con artist,
no,
just based off his look.
They're edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. Hope everybody had a great Monday yesterday. Hope you're having a great start to your Tuesday morning today. We've got college basketball starts today.
At Huntington, we've been asking.
You know, we have college basketball starting today. Got some NBA tonight. I think we're going to have a college football game tonight as well. We'll jump in all that. All right. Before we get into the sports betting stuff today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Monday night football game last night. I don't know. I'm sure about everybody has seen it now. Bears get a sack. Well, let me start this off by saying I'm not a fan of the Bears or the Steelers. So it's not. This isn't coming from a place of bias because I'm a fan of either team. But you were watching that game last night. Bears get a sack with I think there's about 3 minutes left in the game on third down with a forced punt, and the referees call it a taunting penalty. I can't remember the guy's name that got the sack for the Bears, but he gets up, kind of celebrates his teammate a little bit, looks over at the sideline, don't really do nothing, turns around, walks off. And when he walks off, the referee kind of stuck his fucking hip out and hip checked the dude, which I think should be the referee should get fined for that. But they call the penalty. Steelers end up getting a field goal, end up winning the game. NFL has to cut this shit out. The people turn in to watch the games, to watch the players, not to watch the referees, not to watch anything else, to watch the players. And fans like to see reaction. I understand if it's a reaction, if they're up in the guy's face taunting the guy, and where it could cause a fight or something else to escalate, and you don't want that. I understand that. But when a guy jumps up and there's nobody around him and he celebrates a little bit, or he looks over at a sideline that's fucking 100 feet away, 200 feet away, however far, don't throw the fucking flag. We're getting flags for bullshit penalties, this bullshit taunting stuff that are affecting the game. There was no reason for that referee to throw that flag last night. And then, like I said, the NFL needs to look into that referee. I think it was Correnti, but you can clearly see on the line, on the replay, the players running off, and the player. I mean, they'd been close to him, but you can see he hip checks the dude. The referee does, and I'm sure there won't be nothing come out of that. But you let a player fucking put one finger on a referee and see what happens. I just think it's ridiculous. We're letting little petty calls of taunting when there's not even nobody around where there's a chance for it to escalate into something bigger. I can understand if there's a chance for it to escalate into something. If you're up in a guy's face or pushing the guy, or you're up in his face, okay, I understand that. But when there's nobody around and you're celebrating a little bit, come on. That's just petty, and we're letting it affect games. And not only is it affecting games, and that's the product people watch, but people are also betting on these games now. I mean, they always have been, but now it's legal. So you're even more in the scrutiny because everybody's watching. That penalty last night effectively probably cost some people some money too. Not just that player who will probably get fined. Not just that player. I'm talking about fans of the game that tune in and watch the NFL that probably lost money last night because of a referee wanting to implant himself in the game, wanting to show that he has power. NFL needs to do something about these penalties because it's getting way out of hand. But all right, don't forget. Let's get back to talking some sports betting. Let's get in today's slate of games. But before we do that, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. We're also live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. That's our sports talk show. Usually there's some other guys in here with us. Also, you can find GSR Gonzo Sports Room and Easy Money, a sports betting show, both in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's where we post all the information about all of our shows. We also post our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, on our social media. Any interview announcements. That's where you can find all the information about our shows. So follow us on social media at Gonzo Sports Room so you don't miss out. Also, check out our YouTube page. We got a lot of content on there. If you're, for instance, if you're a pro wrestling fan, we just streamed live from WCWO Heroes Helping Heroes on a Sunday night. We have that whole show is available on our YouTube page, and we also have it broke down into matches. It was a great show for a great cause, so go check that out. While you're over on our YouTube page, please hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. The like buttons, all that. Same thing if you're watching on Facebook or Twitch. Please hit that, hit the follow button, the like buttons. If you check out our podcast, please rate and review. We'd appreciate it. All right, we'll jump into the NBA. Start out with today. Jump over here to the NBA. I think there's three or four games in the NBA tonight. We'll check those out. All right. All right, first game, NBA tonight. Why is my phone out? Give me 1 second. All right, first game. We have the Milwaukee Bucks at the Philadelphia 76ers. The Bucks are 5.5-point favorites. They're minus 230 on the money line. The 76ers are plus 190 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 217.5. The Bucks are 4-6 on the season. 76ers are 8-3. The Bucks have kind of surprised me. They're not playing as good a defense as I thought they would be playing at this point in the season. And the Sixers, without Simmons, I know they missed Embiid a couple games. They have been able to get off to a pretty decent start. It's still early in the season, so you can't count the Bucks out yet. And with some injuries that people have had and stuff like that, all right. See, the Bucks are. I like the 76ers though at home as home dogs in this game tonight. I'll take the plus 5.5 points in the Sixers being at home. And I like the over the 217.5 in this game. Next NBA game, we have the Atlanta Hawks at the Utah Jazz. Jazz are 8.5-point favorites. They're minus 360 on the money line. The Hawks are plus 290 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 223. The Hawks are 4-7 on the season. The Jazz are 7-3 so far. I like the Jazz in this game. The Jazz just have so many scoring options, and they shoot the three ball so well. The Hawks just don't have if Trey Young is on fire shooting the ball, they can struggle scoring the ball. They rely more on their defense. They play pretty good defense. Both these teams are capable of playing pretty good defense as well. But I think the Jazz are just a little bit better of a team here. I like the Jazz at home. But I think the Jazz are going to win this game. But I don't know if they're going to win. I don't know. 8.5 points can be a lot of points in the NBA game. I lean more toward this game being the over the 223. I like the Jazz to win the game outright, but I'm not comfortable giving up the 8.5 points. The Hawks can play some defense and slow some teams down. Then you have the Portland Trailblazers at the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers are 2.5 point favorites at home. They're minus 142 on the money line. The Trailblazers are plus 120 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 221. Both these teams have gotten off to rough starts. Kawhi Leonard hasn't been playing for the Clippers. Paul George has been doing his part, but and same thing with the Trailblazers is that Lillard has got off to kind of a slow start for him, but McCollum's been carrying them. Portland's defense does look a little better so far this season. The Clippers, their team chemistry just don't look right here. I like Portland as the road dogs here at plus 120 on the money line. I think that the Trailblazers play a little bit better defense than what the Clippers do, and I think the Trailblazers are going to pull this game out tonight on the road. All right. Then tonight you have college basketball. We got a bunch of different games. We'll go through some of the games. A lot of these teams play an easy schedule at the beginning. Play some team that they'll blow out by 30 or 40, or are supposed to blow out by 30 or 40, even though they might end up. You always end up getting some upsets. But okay, at 4:30 today, you have Mount St. Mary's against Villanova. Villanova is 23.5 point favorites. They're minus 20,000 on the money line. Mount St. Mary's is minus 2,500 on the or plus 2,500. Excuse me, plus 2,500 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 132. And this is the big difference between college basketball and NBA basketball too. Is if you look at all the NBA games, all the totals are usually over 200 points anymore. You look at a college game, totals 130. I like the. I'm not going to lay 23.5, even though I think Villanova will probably cover 23.5. There's a good chance, but I like more on here as the at the under the 132.5. You have Akron at Ohio State. Ohio State's 16.5 point favorites. They're minus 3,000 on the money line. Akron's plus 1,200 on the money line. Over under for this game's at 141.5. I like Ohio State here at the minus 16.5. Ohio State plays good defense. They're returning some guys from last year. They should be able to score the ball. I just don't think Akron's going to have enough offense to stay up with Ohio State or the defense to slow them down very much. I like Ohio State minus the 16.5. And I like the let's go with the over the 141.5 on that game. Kansas at Michigan State. Now this could be a good matchup. I know Kansas wasn't the regular Kansas last year. Kansas is a 3.5 point favorites on the road in this game. They're minus 188 on the money line. Michigan State is plus 155 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 140.5. I like Michigan State here as home dogs. Tom Izzo usually has his team ready to play, especially at home. So I like him here at the plus 155 as home dogs. And I think I like the under the 140.5 on this game as well. Let's see. Tennessee Tech at Memphis. Memphis is 28.5-point favorites. Over-under for this game set at 150.5. I like the under the 150.5 on this game. I'm not going to lay the 28.5 points. I just don't. That's a lot of points to be laying. I don't know enough about these teams to be laying that. I mean, give it 2 or 3 weeks, then you have a better feel of. We get 2 or 3 weeks into the college basketball season, then you have a better feel of how each team is, and if you want to lay that many points against a team. But being the first game of the season, even though I think Memphis is going to win this game, I'm not going to lay the 28.5. But I do like the under the 150.5 because I think Tennessee Tech will struggle to score in this game. UT Martin against Tennessee. Tennessee is 35.5-point favorites. I like the over the 146 the under the 146.5. Excuse me. But it's again, I'm not going to lay 40 points in a basketball game. See, is there any other good or Quinton Mack at Maryland? Maryland's 22.5-point favorites. Over under that game's at 140.5. There is quite a bit of Texas Southern at Oregon. Oregon's 20.5-point favorites. I'd lean toward Oregon in that game. I think I would lay the 20.5 there against Texas Southern. Now, I like the over the 148.5 in that game. Hofstra at Houston tonight at 8. Mercer at Arkansas. These are all have pretty big spreads on them. I don't know enough about either. Auburn is a 15.5-point favorites at home against Morehead State. It looks like that's the and then let's see. Houston Baptist against Texas. Texas is 37.5-point favorites. I like Texas to win that game. I lean toward the under the 52.5 in that under the 152.5 in that game. I'm not going to give up that many points. So Kentucky at Duke, 9:30. Kentucky is Duke is 2.5-point favorites. They're minus 154 on the money line. Kentucky is plus 128 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 148. I like the over for this game, the under for this game, and I like Kentucky as home dogs at the plus 128, or road dogs, at the plus 128. UCLA plays CSU Bakersfield. UCLA is 22.5-point favorites. They're minus 4,000 on the money line. There's a lot of big spreads in this college basketball at the beginning of the season. Is there any football tonight? I know there's no NFL, NCAA. Yes, we do have some NCAA. We have some MAC games tonight. That's what I thought. I wrote those down yesterday. I remember that. Because Ball State, team here from Indiana, plays on Wednesday. All right, tonight in Maction, you have the Buffalo Bills at Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio is 7.5-point favorites. They're minus 300 on the money line. Buffalo is plus 235 on the money line. Over under for this game set at 57.5. I like Miami of Ohio to win this game. I'd like to get this game at 7 or less. I don't like I'm not going to take the 7.5. That just, you don't want to go with that hook. I do like this game to be under the 57.5, though. And you have Akron at Western Michigan. Western Michigan is 25.5-point favorites tonight. Over under for this game is at 62.5. I like Western Michigan to win this game. I like the under the 62.5. But man, 25.5 points. I just really don't like laying that many points. And then we have Ohio at Eastern Michigan tonight. Eastern Michigan is 6.5-point favorites. They're minus 245 on the money line. Ohio is plus 194 on the money line. Over under for this game is 60.5. I like Eastern Michigan here at the minus 6.5. Also like the under the 60.5 game. That's the college football for tonight. Tomorrow night we have some action as well, as we have Toledo and Bowling Green, Ball State at Northern Illinois. We'll jump more into the Ball State game, or more of them games tomorrow. But Ball State is 2.5-point favorites at home, or on the road. I mean, so we'll get into those games more tomorrow. Those are all Wednesday games. All right, let's jump into. That's basically the day's slate of games. Let's jump into NFL. All right, let's jump into look at something real quick. All right. Jumping to my picks of the day here. We got the Milwaukee, let's see. I like the 76ers at the plus 5.5 against the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. Also like the Portland Trailblazers. Wait a minute. All right, here we go. I like the Milwaukee Bucks at the plus 5.5. I like the excuse me. I'm messing this all up. I like the 76ers at the plus 5.5. Read right, Chris. 76ers at the plus 5.5. I like the Utah Jazz, Atlanta Hawks under 223. And I like the Portland Trailblazers at the plus 126 on the money line on the road against the Los Angeles Clippers. And then in college football tonight in the Maction, I'm going to take Eastern Michigan minus 6.5 over Ohio. And then there's I'm going to take a Buffalo, Miami of Ohio game under the 57.5. And the Akron, Western Michigan game under 62.5. So my picks for today are, to recap real quick, 76ers plus 5.5. Utah Jazz, Atlanta Hawks under 223.5. The Blazers plus 126 on the money line over the Los Angeles Clippers. I like Eastern Michigan minus 6.5. Buffalo, Miami of Ohio under 57.5. And Akron, Western Michigan under 62.5. That'd be picks for today. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. Today's show was a little shorter. We just not a whole lot of games. Tomorrow, make sure you join us. We'll cover some college football games for tomorrow, NBA games for tomorrow night, some college basketball games. I think Steve and Eric will be here tomorrow, so we'll get into more on some stuff on that. We'll also, we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. You can also find GSR Gonzo Sports Room and Easy Money, a sports betting show, both in a podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, most places where you listen to podcasts that you can find us. Follow us on social media. That's where you can find all the information about any of our shows. We post our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, on our social media. All of our interview announcements, just any big announcements about the show get posted on our social media. So follow us there so you don't miss out on any of that. Also, check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. We have t-shirts, hats, some hoodies, beanies, a bunch of different things on there. We also have a donation page if you'd like to donate to help the show grow at that same link. So check that out. Get you some GSR, some Easy Money, or some GWR gear. And check out our YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button, please. Got a lot of content on there. If you're a pro wrestling fan, go on there and check out some of the pro wrestling stuff we have on there. We just streamed live from a pro wrestling show Sunday night down at WCWO in Indianapolis. So give that a listen. But I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We will see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Easy Money, a sports betting show, and again at 1 p.m. tomorrow with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Hope everybody's having a good morning, getting the day started off on a good note. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. Hope tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. or at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining us. Be safe. Peace.
Ourselves. Is it possible to lend money at 0 interest? And it totally is. Introducing Standby Cash. When you need extra cash, you can qualify for between $100 and $1,000 at Huntington, and it's free when you auto pay us back across 3 months. Why would a bank do that? Just to look out for people. That's how we reinvent banking. Huntington, welcome. Without automatic payments, 12% APR. Eligibility requirements apply. Amount available is based on customer eligibility. Learn more at huntington.com/standbycash.